Don't want to forget these. I have my helmet on. I'm good. Wolfville Roubaix is today, and I'm riding Roubaix that's not mine. It's funny, I don't get worried about like riding other people's bikes, but getting said bike to where it needs to go absolutely terrifies me, because that's where I don't have all the control. And I'm always afraid that something catastrophic will end up happening to me. I really hope it doesn't, because I can't afford to replace that bike. So let's talk about Wolfville Roubaix a little bit. I'm on my way there right now. It's actually 10:58. The race starts at noon. I've probably got about an hour of driving to do left. But that's pretty typical me. I usually like to leave things to the absolute last minute because then it only takes a minute. So the format of Wolfville Roubaix is, it's a good way of getting everybody back into like the swing of things, of riding in a group and like getting to see everybody after a winter off of riding. Basically the way this ride works is it's not considered a race. And the first like 35-ish kilometers are a very social pace. Everybody gets to talk to each other. There's no attacks. There's no nothing going on. We're just kind of rolling along at a pretty easy pace and just catching up with everybody. Eventually we get to a road that I can't remember the name of. I'm always never ready for it. And that's where things really start to open up and everyone starts like absolutely burying themselves to try and create these different groups. I always try my absolute best to stay with the fastest guys, but we have some really, really fantastic riders in Nova Scotia, and eventually, probably within 10K of that, I'll be dropped and I'll find myself into the tempo that I can ride with a particular group. But I want to reiterate that this is not a race. It's just like a bunch of people like me who want to like, you know, try and show off, or like, you know, just try and ride a bike kind of fast. There's definitely a place for people. There's definitely a place for those who, as just a social ride. You don't need to be up front. You can do this as safe and as at any pace that you want. Totally honest with you, I actually have zero idea how I could actually like safely ride and cover this, because I didn't bring any sort of GoPro mounts with me, so it's all gonna have to be done with my hand. But I think for like the purposes of what I'm sort of doing today, I need to basically pick and choose when a safe time to actually like pull the camera out and shoot some video will be. And to be totally honest, the video probably won't turn out that great, but I definitely will have some footage, some usable footage. And I don't know what I'll do in the edit yet. Maybe some voiceover, maybe I'll just like cut the clips over what I've already said. I don't know, but right now I should probably stop talking to the camera because I'm driving, and this is almost as bad as, you know, using a cell phone while driving, because I keep looking away from the road. So the next time you'll see this, I'll probably be at the riders meeting.
Oh, you're such a shithead.
Aaron, you're so mean to me, and I don't know why. Now, I'm not Casey Neistat, but I still do love this question.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the environment. Okay.
I hit something in there.
Yeah, already. I see a couple of gel wrappers, a couple of banana peels and stuff.
So is that water?
13.5K in. How you making out, Aaron? So good, so good. Dirt roads are soft today. Sean, you gonna win today? Maybe. That's me getting dropped. We saw the group again. Well, I'm dropped and pretty well alone. That probably happened at like 74 kilometers. All in all, for the amount of riding I did this winter, I think I did okay here today. Far from fit, far from my own bike. The head shock is not bad. Noisy though. Holy moly, I've never ridden a more like loud operating bike in my life. It's just constantly clunk, 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 clunk. Well, that was one of my like better and one of my worst Wolfville Roubaix, which doesn't make sense, but at the same time sort of does. Alright, so very quick and simple, here is what happened for me at Wolfville Roubaix. First 30K, of course, very easy riding, very social pace. You take the right-hander onto the first real gravel section and everyone opens it up. A lot of us who are like at least somewhat strong were able to stay with all the really fast guys. You know, attacks were happening, everything was sort of nervous. It was a lot of fun. I didn't pull the camera out for that because there was a lot of stuff going on. Riders moving left and right, trying to avoid potholes. It would have been relatively irresponsible for me to even consider having a camera out for that. I really should have brought like a mount. I probably was able to keep on to like this first main group for about, I'd go as far as like 12, 15K, and then the pace just became a little bit too much for me. I started to fall off the back. A couple other people did as well, and we sort of formed our own small group to try and chase. The group I was in, we were doing a pretty good job of like creating an absolutely perfect and beautifully executed pace line, you know, up the front, off next, like just a great circle. But it was increasingly obvious that we weren't all at the same level of fatigue or the same level of freshness. So every so often, someone would get too tired to take their turn and things would sort of fall apart. I include myself in that, and I'm also really bad for putting way too much effort in when I'm on the front, and I consistently needed to be told to slow down. We went up a couple climbs, and I could definitely feel myself getting more and more tired, until the point where I just kind of, bye everybody, and I was on my own. So I just kind of rode in alone. I could see that there were some people coming to, like, they would have been able to pick me up if there was any more, if there was any miles left in the ride. But I saw the 2K marker, and I was like, well, I may as well just bury myself and finish alone. So I guess I should probably clean this.